Hello everybody, welcome to Key West, Florida. This is some old Florida, and it's hard to think about the history of this region without thinking about shipwrecks, sunken treasure, and all that kind of stuff. And if you think about sunken treasure, one of the names that probably sounds familiar to you is Mel Fisher. Now, Mel Fisher back in 1985 discovered the wreckage of the Atocha off of the coast of Key West. And the value of that between gold, silver, emeralds, and all that stuff was roughly $400 million back in 1985. Today we're at the Mel Fisher Museum, and we're going to take a look at some of the artifacts that he brought up. So I anticipate this to be some really interesting stuff, some interesting history, and just seeing some really awesome treasure. So let's go check it out. This is pretty fitting for the window shades. There's some of the silver coins from the Atocha. Here's some of the random things that you see in Key West. Lots of lizards, iguanas, and ship artifacts. Here is the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum. Can't wait to see some of the things they have inside here. This rock has Mel Fisher's famous quote. Every day before they found the Atocha treasure, Mel Fisher would wake up and get his people excited and riled up, and he'd always say, "Today's the day we're going to find that treasure. Today's the day we come and visit the treasure." Here is a chest of coins, circa 1621. There were nearly 100 wooden chests, each filled with over 2,000 coins. These are coins from Peru and Mexico, 1600 to 1621. This is what they called a sheet anchor, circa 1615. That is incredible too. These are ingots of copper. Here's a collection of olive jars. It says these are circa 1620. Here's a mock-up of the Atocha. Now, it sank in 1622 after a hurricane struck, but this is kind of a mock-up and a recreation of what the ship would have looked like. This is absolutely incredible. These are all silver ingots, and if you look, all of these were stamped by the master. This is a gold drinking vessel. Definitely one of those cool things, like when you think about sunken treasure. Here's my gold cup. Here's one of the many gold chains that they found. Now, if you remember, back in 1985, Mel Fisher was actually on the Johnny Carson show, and he brought one of these and lowered it very slowly into Johnny Carson's hands. He loved to do that for visitors here at his museum. These are actual gold bars that were aboard the Atocha. I couldn't even imagine what these are worth. Here's some old sailor weapons dating back to the 1700s, some in the late 1600s. Life definitely would have been different back then. Big cargoes to protect. Some of the artillery that would have been used. That was a pretty incredible museum, a lot of interesting treasures. There was a lot more than what I could show you in one video, but definitely worth a visit if you come to Key West. But that's all there is for today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody.